So tie back to the point. So why? So we have the institutional candidate versus the outsider, but then why does the presidency matter versus the deep state?
Well, so I think this is potentially a question of like moment in time versus man in history question. And I think we've reached a point where something has to change in either this cycle or the next cycle. And I think Trump just is a representative. I don't necessarily think it's him as a singular person, but I think we've reached a point in history where we need someone to come in.
Just your mic?
Yeah. We need someone to come in. Yeah.
So basically, I mean,
realign.
Realign.
When editing episode 50, I realized we didn't get a chance to clearly define what Dave meant when he loosely said why the presidency matters. To further expand upon this point, I think he believes America's facing a moment in time versus a man in history issue. What did Dave mean? A lot of these ideas originated from George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, whose ideas were later interpreted by various thinkers such as Karl Marx and the likes. So what is a moment in time? This refers to the idea that certain events and trends happen due to larger historical forces, social movements, or cultural shifts. This perspective implies that specific moments in history shape individuals, meaning people's actions are often a product of broader circumstances. Putting this in the context of our conversation, if I understand Dave correctly, Trump is due to a moment in time. Broader circumstances, in a sense, have manifested him. Trump, of course, seized the moment in time, read the zeitgeist correctly, and as a result of the circumstance, preparation, luck and skill, and of course, timing. What Dave said earlier, which also echoes many pundits' opinions post-election, it didn't have to be Trump or Kamala, but it's more of an issue of outsider versus institutional candidate, and the outsider would have won regardless. In this case, it didn't matter who you chose against Trump. They would have lost anyway. Conversely, it didn't have to be Trump who would have won. Any Republican candidate probably would have won. So man in history. This idea suggests that influential individuals play pivotal roles in shaping history through their decisions, actions, and unique qualities. This perspective emphasizes the impact of individuals who shape historical events, rather than being shaped by them. So why does the presidency matter despite circumstances or a quote-unquote deep state? Once in a while, history produces great people that can shape destiny, bend people to their will, along with the times, along with their vision of the world. These are the Alexander the Greats, Napoleon Bonapartes, Mahatma Gandhis, and Winston Churchills of their times. Contrasting these people are great moments, such as the Industrial Revolution, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Black Death, the Civil Rights Movement, and the end of apartheid. Sometimes they occur at the same time, such as Julius Caesar and the fall of the Roman Empire, the American Revolution and George Washington, or World War I and the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. So let's bring it all together. Trump is a manifestation of a moment in time, but why presidents matter, despite a deep state or sclerotic institutions, is that a man in history has enough power to overcome the negative inertia towards progress. Progress being whatever that man or woman wills in his or her vision of the world. This person, whomever they are, is needed at this time in America. Clearly, America is going through a moment in time, but has not produced a person of history to shape our future and bring about significant change. Though I guess the Republicans believe that will be Trump. But how can we tie this to our usual channel theme? Let's look at founders and investors. Founders, are you a successful founder due to it being a moment in time? Did you just jump on the bandwagon, copy some ideas, and somehow make it work? Or are you the type of founder that's a man in history? Do you have a unique vision of how the world will be? Are you tackling the right problem in the right way with the right solution? Can you build a cult-like following that will follow you anywhere you go? What about investors? Are you a successful investor that has invested in multiple unicorns? Is it because it was a moment in time? Or do you fundamentally have an edge and deep insights and are a man of your time? Clearly, the past 10 years, with cheap and easy money flying around, VC has produced many people of such a time or such a moment. But the next 10 years, when the context and game changes, will you be resilient and prove you are a man in history? I guess only time will tell us. Naturally, these are just questions for you to consider. There's no judgment or right or wrong here. And for those taking the bets on either side, best of luck.